Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're starting a new experiment. So I'm sure, as many of you have done, and I've done as well, I've been ordering a lot of things online during the pandemic. And as it's coming to an end, I'm still ordering some stuff online, and I've been getting these mailers now from Amazon. So these are supposed to be, like, use them like paper. So actually it says right here, it says recycle this mailer just like a piece of paper. So I'm going to try to compost this. I don't know what these white dots are made out of, and I'll show you a zoomed in view of them in just a minute. But I want to try to see if this will compost in my bins, because that'd be really nice if Amazon is moving towards packaging like this, because they're going to pull other producers of mailed goods into systems like this, where this is, should be 100% compostable, which would be fantastic to be able to have, to not always have to be able to recycle them, or maybe sometimes they're wet or get something on them and then you can't put them in recycling because that's not recyclable then. This would allow you to compost them, put them in your yard, and use that good carbon material to help raise your plants in your yard. So let's do a zoom in view of this, and then I'm going to show you the bin that I'm going to put this in and how we're going to set this up. So first, let's take a zoomed in look. All right, so here's our mailer here. And as you can see, the outside is definitely a paper material, or, the cardboard, non-corrugated cardboard, I should say. And they have this little flap here that has these dots in it. Now, I don't know what these dots are made of, but the fact that it can go through the paper process, and they're a little sticky, they're a little bit puffy, but they can go through the paper making process, meaning that they need to be some sort of natural material, because if it was a plastic or anything, it would end up mixing with this mailer and causing all sorts of issues, is my thought. So, and the fact that it says to, recycle this like a piece of paper, and it says, just like a box. I did look up more information online. I really couldn't find what I was looking for to know that this is 100% compostable, but I did see some other people trying it out. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be putting this into a hot composting pile. This is going to go into one of my worm bins, which I have right here. So for this setup here, let's just flip this over here. First off, as you can see, this bin is pretty dry, and it's been mixed around a little bit. It's fully composted material. There are worms in here. These are red wiggler worms. I'm not using my Africans for these yet. Hold on, I have a couple pieces of cardboard here on my gloves. So just so you can see here in this bin, as we move it around, material looks really good, nice and healthy. There's definitely worms in here. So it looks like this is really good material. It's really ready to be harvested. I was about ready to do that. Still a little bit of I guess this is some wood pellets or something in the bottom here. But overall, this bin probably needs some food. I think it hasn't been fed in a while, and we have a little bit of melon or something left over in here. But what we're going to do here is we're just going to kind of mix this up, and we're going to load this in here and just mix it up a little bit more, make sure it's all nice broken apart. So as you can see, this material is a little bit moist, a little bit too wet maybe, but it's still perfectly usable. Plenty of worms. But what we're going to do, we're going to move half of this off to one side, or at least the top bit here. We're just going to kind of make a nice smooth area over here. Now, I'm going to put this right in the center here. Now, there's no other food for these guys really to eat. They were going through the castings again. They've already finished off the last of the food. But we're just going to bury this in here and see how much this breaks down. So that's the plan for this. And we're going to come back maybe in about 2 or 3 weeks and see how they're doing in here. I don't plan on adding any more food to this bin. I was actually, as I said, going to harvest it. So, it's just a matter of, can they work through this, this cardboard material and those little white dots, and can we get something that's usable out on the other side? Now, I'm hoping, as I said, that this is not some sort of plastic material or something that has PFAs, which are forever chemicals, because I will be adding this to my yard. But I think that they're really trying to go for an all-natural solution. And I do wish, let me move this back up actually a little bit. I do wish that Amazon would really push this more heavily in their packaging. A lot of their packaging has plastic in it. You get the tape sections, and then also, like, as you've seen before, I have these bubble mailers that I've used in my packages. These things are really bad for the environment. They're really not recyclable, and they use up a lot of resources that we don't need to necessarily use. We have cardboard that we can use for this. So that's my hope, is that using this and seeing how this works that Amazon will really focus on this in the future and start moving towards these reusable designs, or for recycling, or ones that can be composted safely in a home environment. So with that, we're going to leave this. I'm going to put this lid back on. We're going to label this bin with some tape, and we're going to let it sit. We'll put it on so it's facing you guys with the labels actually. But so I'm just going to grab a piece of tape here. I'm going to write some. I'm going to write on here. Now it's going to be backwards to you since I'm on the other side of the camera here. But we're going to say Amazon test 1, and then we're going to put today's date, which is the 26th, and we're going to let that and see and how it goes. So by the way, if you heard a cricket in the background, sorry about that. I cannot seem to find him, but I do have a cricket that somehow made it into my basement, so I'm going to rip this off here. And we're going to put this right on the center of this label here, and we're going to, as I said, we're going to come back, we're going to take a look and see how this does. I'm really hoping that this is something that can be composted in the future, and that way I don't have to worry about getting these mailers, and hopefully they'll replace all those plastic mailers with these cardboard ones that can be composted. At least I'm hoping that's the case. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, or if you've tried this in the past, please let me know. I'm really curious to know if it's working for everybody, if they've done hot composting with it maybe. So let me know down below if you've tried this before, or if you're getting these mailers, or you're only still getting the plastic ones. So thank you for watching.